Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another brick in the mall. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because I am certainly excited to be back here at the mall where things are going pretty darn well. But I just want to take a moment because there were a couple of comments on yesterday's episode that, I'll be honest, kind of annoyed me for the simple reason that yes, we spent a considerable amount of time in the first 3 episodes building towards having multiple shops, which seemed like they were working. The thing is, they then stopped working, and I got rid of having multiple different shops, and I combined them into this one shop, at which point we started making a lot of money. Now, if you have a look in the top right, you'll see it's currently day 30. It wasn't day 30 at the end of the last episode. That's because I've spent about an hour just tweaking with things and doing this and that, getting some research. But yesterday we made $1,901, which is more than we were making with multiple shops. So I don't get it. I don't get where this whole thing of multiple shops is I don't get where it comes from. I know that later down the line, in fact today, when we go ahead and build a clothing supplier, an electronics supplier, and probably a media supplier, I know that when we get those, it's going to be a different story, because I don't want to throw a massive clothing supplier into the supermarket. I don't want to have a media supplier in here or an electronics supplier. I want those to be their own stores. And I also want them to all share one storage area. That's another thing that people were commenting about, and that one I actually do agree with completely, that one storage area would probably be completely fine for all of this. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my finances. I'm gonna take a loan, a considerable loan of $63,111. So we're gonna take out that loan, and what we're gonna do with it is we're gonna look into building ourselves just a decent little space where we can build a few stores. That's all I want to do. So we have this space up here, and we could totally get 3 shops across this space, but I feel like that's not really big enough. I feel like I'd like a little bit more room to play with up here in terms of parking. So I think I might, well, you know what I could do, actually? If we were to go to build, and we were to go to road work, and I was to put a road going sort of like this. That's gonna go there. And that's going there for a reason. The reason being that I want to have the deliveries area for these new shops be behind the shops, because I figure that's probably a good idea. So we'll do that. This can stay the way it is. That's a little bit weird, but it's gonna have to be a bit weird. So we'll do that. Then I want to bring the road up like this just a little bit. So we'll go up to about there. Should be, actually, you know what? There is probably fine. I think, what is that? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think. Yeah, that's 9. So we'll go up to there. That'll be totally fine. A considerably big space, but should be okay. We're going to bring this up to here as well. And between all of that and around all of that, I want to put in some customer parking. That's my plan. So customer parking goes there and there. And we're going to get a bunch of it along here as well. And I know I'm spending a lot of money on this, but I'm hoping I can make this work. I'm hoping this will be a success. So customer parking all up and down there as well. Just like that. So while that's going on, what I'm going to do is go to build foundations. And I want to get some foundations right up in here. And I'm thinking I will leave a little bit of a gap away from the road. So we'll go to there. And we'll go back 12. And we'll come along about 11. Actually, 12 by 13 is what we'll do. Now, that's 31,200. That is probably fine. In fact, you know what? I'm going to wait for this construction to be done so I can just make sure that I'm measuring this out properly. I also think I probably should have put a road across here, but we'll not worry too much about that. So that's all getting done, and while that's going on, I guess I'll take a moment to show you some of the changes that I made. So you might have noticed already that McDillan's, the best fast food restaurant in the world, is a little bit different. I decided to put the cooking space behind the counters because, as a lot of you correctly pointed out, it was making it a little bit slower for the cashiers to do their job when the cooking space was up here. So that was a good change. It's absolutely working. McDillan's, I think, is still making a little bit of money. Down here, this place is tweaked a little bit as well. If we go into here and go to staff, I hired 2 more cashiers. So at all times, except for an hour in the middle of the day, all of the checkout desks will be fully staffed. As you can see here, there's a slight little bit of a dip there from 7 to 5 just for an hour. So all of the first 5 cashiers here all come in at 7 and finish after 8 hours. The next 2 finish after 7 hours. Then the rest of them come in at 3 o'clock and finish after 8 hours. That just keeps that place working really nicely. So, right, this is all done. Let's go back to build. Let's go to foundations, and we want to go to there. So we were doing, 11 by? Okay, apparently we're doing 11 by 13. That's probably fine. So we'll do 11 by 13 there. And then I do want the storage space to be one area back here. I really, really do. So if we go to build again and go to road work, we want to bring it along. That's customer parking. Cancel that, please. Roadwork is going to come along like this, I think. That should be fine. So roadwork's going to go to there. Then the loading zones are going to go along here. And we can maybe get a small storage area in there, or maybe even down here. Maybe it could be its own building. That's definitely a possibility. But we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and start designing this first. We got a challenge. What did we do? 50? Wait, whoa. No. That's the new one, is make 50,000 total sales. So we got over 10,000 total sales. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right, let's go to objects. So we need to get ourselves a door. In fact, let's figure out where the checkout counters are going to go first. So the checkout counters, I reckon, should go up there, because I could get 2 of them at full length. Although it seems like they're better when they're like this. It seems like having a checkout counter there and there would be a better idea. Or there and there. I feel like that's a better idea. So we'll do a couple of checkout counters just up that way, which means I'm going to put the door there, I think, so they can just sort of come around and do their thing. Although it might be an idea to move these back one. Yeah, let me try that. I haven't tried that yet, actually. Having a little gap at the end of the counters, they can just walk straight on. Because if I do that, then they can technically just walk straight out and straight out the door. Which makes me think that the door... Oh, no. I was going to put the one door to enter this place right there, but that's a bad idea. Let's do a double door there. And let's see what we need. So we want to sell... what are we selling in here? This is the clothing supplier. So t-shirts, pants, dresses, shirts, jackets, coats. Oh, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Maybe we do like really cheap clothes in here. No, let's not do that. Let's see. I feel like I want to do everything in here. So where do we put all the clothing stuff? That goes in a cloth rack. But where do we put shoes and all that stuff? Because we can only put so much on this. I don't actually know where the shoes go. So, a trash can down there. We should probably put some trash cans into the bathrooms. Where exactly do shoes go? Do they go on shelves? Here, yeah, men's shoes, women's shoes. Fair enough. Underwear and lingerie and all that goes on shelves as well. Let's get some clothes racks and see what we can do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get another couple just like this. We could get another couple just like this as well. That seems like a pretty good idea. I do want to get some shelves so we can sell shoes. Then we could sell lingerie and underwear as well if we really wanted to. So let's just do shoes. Let's not do lingerie and underwear just yet. Though we could do it up there. We could do it up there actually, sort of over by the counters. Isn't that always a thing in like slightly dodgy not supermarkets. In a lot of like obscure, not stores. How can I best phrase this to not sound like To not make it sound like Northern Ireland is a bloody mental place. So there was a cash and carry place in my town. This is story time, by the way. There was a cash and carry place in my town. It was a wholesaler. You go there and you get like, you know, all this stuff, but you don't pay VAT on it for anyway. That was a place in my town that my grandmother often took me to. And the reason I would like to go to it is because they had a lot of cheap toys. I was quite young, by the way. They had a lot of cheap toys. So like toy guns back when that wasn't, you know, offensive to everyone for a kid to run around with it. Anyway, point aside. It had a lot of cheap stuff, cheap furniture, cheap art, literally everything. You get the idea. But then towards the checkouts, it had cheap sex toys. And that's, you know, that maybe come out of left field. Maybe you're sitting there going, hold on, what? Yeah, it was a bit weird. It's like all this cheap stuff and then just plastic penises on the wall. It wasn't just plastic. There was occasionally metal and glass ones as well. I have a very vivid memory of all of them. So yeah, that was weird. That was weird. Let's turn this into a store, shall we? So that's going to be a store. These are going to have clothing on them. So we'll do men's shoes and we'll do women's shoes. So what can we do here? There's 6 different types of clothes. So t-shirts and t-shirts. Then we're going to do pants and pants. We'll do dresses on the black one here. Just like so. We'll do some shirts in here. We'll do jackets down here. Then we'll do coats up front. So that should be totally fine. That seems like a pretty good clothes store. Now, obviously, we do need to go back to build. We do need to get ourselves some more road work in here. So let's get some loading zones. And I'm definitely thinking the loading zones can go back here like that. And we'll just sort of line that road with them. I'm curious, though, can I, by any chance, go to foundations and get a bit of foundation in here? Sort of. It's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze. Especially for some reason they don't want to put a wall along there. That's odd. Okay. Why are they not putting a wall along there? Can I not put a wall alongside the road? Because if I can't, then what I'll do is I'll cancel the loading zone, which I don't believe I can do without selecting that. So cancel that. Go into foundations again. And bring the foundations out to there. But maybe what we do is we go ahead and say that that bit is the only bit being left open there. So that's right in the middle of the store, which makes me think I should probably go with just like a single door there rather than the double, but we'll see. Either way, what that means is we then go to road work, we go to loading zone, and the loading zones are going to be on this side. Which means that this one storage area is going to just go the whole way along the back of a bunch of different shops here. I'm kind of excited about this, to be honest. I'm really keen to see if this works. Because if it does, then excellent. We're set up to eventually get multiple stores and sort of make a mall. And the interesting thing I'm realizing with this game is that there's going to be a lot of different iterations, shall we say, of this mall. Because there's going to be, you know, this version where there's a lot of different stores. There's maybe the occasional, you know, stores that have multiple purposes and all that stuff. But eventually, I would absolutely love to have it set up where, you know, all of these stores are in one building. It's one giant car park outside of this one giant building. All the stores inside the building. People have to go through corridors to get by. It's like a proper mall with like a food court and all that in the middle. I love the idea of doing that. If you've ever been to Manchester in the UK, there is a shopping centre there called the Trafford Centre. And I'm actually going to just Google this really quickly to see if you can look up examples of it. If I look up Trafford Centre Manchester, and look at images, again, this is riveting gameplay. Yeah, look up images. You will see some amazing stuff. The Trafford Center is possibly the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. It's a shopping center that's ridiculous. Properly ridiculous. It's the size of like some villages. It's amazing. It's such a cool place, and I just sort of stumbled into it at Simmer's meetup last year in Manchester. So Google that, and you'll get an idea. It's like a town inside a building. The Trafford Center's not. It's huge. It's not that big, but it's a ridiculous place. Anyway, this stuff all needs to be stocked. So what we need to do is go to assign, go to storage, and that is going to be the storage area for shop 7. Store 7 needs storage, and then we need to get some staff. So we need a cashier, which is none of you are very good. None of you are very good at all, really. I mean, you've got good speed, but you're not very patient, so you're kind of ideal, Bobby Frazier. So you were fired. Wait, fired 14 days ago. Why were you all fired 14 days ago? What exactly does that? What are we implying here? Like, why were you let go from your last job? Why were you all let go from your last job? That does it tell me? Okay, so speed determines the walking speed of all characters, determines customer checkout time. Patience determines the rate at which customer satisfaction decays. So that's useful. And sociability determines the ability for cashiers to cheer up customers at the checkout. So if there's low patience but high sociability, that should be fine. I'm feeling like Amber Walton, you are going to be who I go for the cashier here. And we're also going to go for Tim. No, not Tim Warren. Tim Warren's a good cook, though. I need to pay more attention to these stats down here. I've not been doing that. You are going to be fine, Bobby Frazier. Then a stock clerk. Do we have anyone that's good at that? Not really. It kind of looks like Brenda, you're going to be the stock clerk. So you all start at 9. The shop opens at 9. Brenda, you need to come in at about 7. And we'll have you work 9 hours. No, we'll have you work 8 hours. That'll be fine. So that's store 7. Store 7 is pretty much set up. So that is coming in. That's exactly what I want to see, though. I want to see those vans coming in like that and doing deliveries for this place back there. So there's going to be a bunch of shops along here with the vans doing deliveries there. This I quite like. Although I would like to go to build, I would like to go to remove road work and get rid of those 2 bits in the middle so that we can just put a bit of road right there in the center, because I think that probably makes sense to let people just sort of turn around there should they wish to do so. So we'll get that built. Is that going to rotate? It does rotate those, but that kind of looks okay. That looks all right to me. Let's see. What else? Is there anything else I could throw in there? Not really, I guess. This probably looks fine. Right, I guess I'm kind of excited to see if a clothes store is going to revitalize this place. Today we have lost considerable money, but I'm wondering if that's maybe because of... no, that's debt. Why are we losing so much? Yesterday maybe it is just debt. Either way, we did make a bit of money yesterday. We do have a new store today. So I'm very curious to see if the clothes store will do some good stuff. We've also completed media supplier, so... The next shop is going to be electronics, so that's laptops, games consoles, smartphones, tablets, MP3 players, obviously, cameras and TV sets. The media supplier is books, DVDs and Blu-rays, music CDs and video games. I feel like video games and CDs and DVDs and Blu-rays really should be in the electronics place. Because, I mean, you buy a games console, you're probably going to buy a video game, although I guess I could... Maybe I will just specialize my stores based on the unlocks. That doesn't seem like a terrible idea, because it would give me 2 separate stores for all that stuff. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Either way, the place will be opening fairly soon. It's day 33, and I'm kind of curious to see what exactly happens. So these guys are all coming into work, which is beautiful news. This place is going to be opening. It is open. This place is not open yet, but there go the clothes, which is very good news. So the clothes are all being stocked. These guys are putting in more deliveries there. This place is going to open very soon. It's open. So is anybody going to come and buy clothes? No. No one's particularly interested in buying clothes. Oh dear. Oh no, he's keen. There we go. This guy's keen. How much did he spend? $25. Okay. No, people are absolutely buying clothes. Right, this is what we want to see. Oh no, you are going to that queue as well. What's the problem here? Restrooms. What we do have restrooms. They're just in other shops. So I guess that's inconvenient, but whatever. We'll not worry too much about it. How many people do we have? 50, mid-50s? Can we maybe beat the 84 customers on site? We didn't have enough parking spaces last time, but we do this time. We have 180 parking spaces. We've also made some pretty good money today already. Good lord. We're well over 2,000. Why are we making so much? What is this? What is this? What's this nonsense? What's this? What's going on with the money there? Okay. That does... Oh my god, this place is busy. That does have me kind of tempted to, seeing more money coming in. Number one has me tempted to get not 24/7 staff in the restaurant, but staff that work in the restaurant a bit later than they do. Maybe the whole mall should close at the same time. I'm pretty sure OBLS closes at about 11 p.m. So... maybe we do that. This is the most money we've ever made in one day. So I'm really happy about this. People seem to be enjoying the clothing store. We didn't get to any higher than 84. But that's fine. Yeah, this place closes at 11. So yeah, let's change things up a little bit. What we're going to need to do is get 2 more cashiers. So you have low patience but high sociability, so you would actually be okay, Helen Khan. You're not a very good cashier though. You're quite quick and of decent patience. You're not a very good... You're a good stock clerk. You'd be pretty good to hire as a stock clerk, but that patience and sociability seems really good for a cashier. So you're going to be hired. You are going to come in at... wow, that's... yeah, this place... What time does this place open again? What time does OBLS open? OBLS opens at 7. Maybe having everywhere open at exactly the same time isn't the best idea, because does anyone want to go clothes shopping at 7? That's the real question. Maybe 9 o'clock's fine for this place. That's probably fine. You can come in at 5, but you are going to finish at, if we had 5, you're going to finish after 6 hours. So you're going to finish at about 11. So that's fine. Then we want to get another cashier. We're going to go for Drew Solomon, probably. Definitely not bad. You're going to come in at 5 o'clock as well and work for 6 hours. Then what we want to do is get another stock clerk, and that is going to be Rosalind or Rosalind? I'm going to say Rosalind Lawson, 27 years old. You are going to be coming in at 5 o'clock as well. Actually, maybe 3 o'clock. You can come in at 3 o'clock, that's probably fine. So you can then work straight through. So that should be fine. The store is then going to close at 11. And that looks totally okay to me. Beautiful. So, I realize I haven't named this place, have I? Oh, what are we going to call this? I actually don't have any idea. I don't have any funny, like, clothing store names in my head at all. Like, McDillan's was obviously an easy one. And people were wondering why I constantly referred to McDillan's as Macca's in the last episode. It's because Macca's isn't... That's a play on the Mick part of McDonald's. It's not a play on the Donald, it's just the Mick. So you can still sort of call it Macca's, even though, interestingly, at Macca's is the Twitter handle of the Australian branch of McDonald's, which I love. I love that the Australian colloquialism for McDonald's is now the Twitter handle for McDonald's. And I love that. Also, just shout out to Australian PR. Bloody brilliant Australian PR firms. UK PR firms could learn a thing or two. Just throwing that out there. I, for some reason, am followed by a lot of Australian companies on Twitter. It's because a lot of my friends are Australian, I know, but it's still, they're so helpful. Anytime I email them, I'm like, look, I know you're the Australian branch. Could you help me get in touch with like the UK branch, because they just don't want to talk to me. There might be a reason they don't want to talk to me, but I've never had a problem with any Australian PR companies. I'm also realizing having a clothing store open till 11 p.m. Is probably completely unnecessary. We didn't get as much money today, but we did get some, so it's going well. But yeah, having this place open till 11, probably not necessary. We do probably have enough money, though, to open another shop. What size was this place? I've completely forgotten. So this place was 11 by 13. So we want to do 11 by 13 here, and that's 28,600. Now, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Could we do that? No, we actually don't have enough money to do that, so that's a pain. Right. Okay. I do kind of want to do this, though. I kind of want to get like an electronics store in here, because I think that could make me a lot of cash. So let's do it. Let's spend the money. Let me go and change the clothing store a little bit. So you guys are going to work for 6 hours, and you are going to work for 6 hours. Then you are going to come in a little bit earlier. You're going to come in there, and you are going to come in there. So if you work from there, you work until 9 o'clock. So this place is going to be, yeah, it's going to be closing at 9 rather than closing at 11 p.m. So it's open for 12 hours as opposed to the 14 that it was before. That seems like a pretty good idea to me. So we'll get this new place built. It is a bit risky to build this new building, especially considering it might not go all that well for me. But I'm hoping for the best. Can I get that in there, please? Right. So this is going to be the new building. We're going to go to objects. We're going to get ourselves, number 1, a staff door in the back of it with a regular door up front. We need to get ourselves a checkout counter just about there and there. And that should be fine. Did I do that right? I think I did that right. Yeah, pretty sure I did that right. So we'll get those in there. And then what do I need for electronics? So what we're going for here is laptops, games consoles, smartphones, tablets, MP3 players, cameras, and TV sets. So a table can have games consoles. It can have everything, pretty much. Games consoles, smartphones, laptops, tablets, MP3. So we want a table. Can I put any of that on a shelf? Video games. Although that was a different store, wasn't it? Video games was the media supplier. So laptops, games consoles, smartphones, tablets, MP3 players, cameras, and TV sets. All goes in this, right? Laptops, games, smartphones, tablets, MP3, camera, TV. Yeah. So how many things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 14 tables, ideally. Okay. I don't know if we're going to do that, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. I can get 12. I can't get I can probably get the 14, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do this, right? Because that's not blocking a queue. So if I do that, that's going to be everything we need for that. So if we go to assign and go to store, we're going to set this as a store. Store number 9. Go to manage and set store number 9 to use that storage area. A little bit risky, but should be okay. Then this needs to have some electronics. So we're going to start with laptop computers and laptop computers. Then we want the games consoles. You've got your PlayStation. You've got your Xbox. I said you've got your Xbox. We're going to go for some smart... You've got Apple. You've got Samsung. You've got your... What tablets? You've got your... Who makes tablets? You've got your Apple. You've got your Microsoft, I guess. MP3 players. You've got your Sony. You've got your Sony. You've got your cameras, you've got Canon, you've got Panasonic, you've got your LG TVs, and I guess you've got Samsung TVs. I don't know. I don't know technology all that well, despite what my career might imply. Right. So we're going to get this place stocked up, hopefully quite nicely. Even though we don't actually have a stock clerk for this place. Let's go to manage, let's go to store 9, and let's get some staff. So we'll go for... What is a high... So the cash... Right, so you'll process customers relatively quickly. So Steven, you can come in. You are quite good as well, so you're going to be a cashier, and then you are going to be a stock clerk. Right, so you all start at 9. Stock clerk, you're going to start at 7. And I'm kind of excited to see this place get up and running. I'm really hopeful that that good stuff will come out of the electronics place. I'm really, really hopeful that we'll have some good stuff happen here. Hopefully it'll pull in more customers. Hopefully we can get that 100 customers on site. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm after. Definitely after 100 customers on site. This place is still making good money. Oh wow, look at that. That's a pretty darn good profit. That's actually the highest profit we've had thus far, which is kind of exciting, actually. So that is kind of promising. That is really promising. Right. So let me have a look at the various places then. So McDillan's is getting 19% profit margins. That's not amazing, but it'll do. OBLS is at 55%. The restrooms obviously aren't. Store 7's at 86%. Good lord. Then store 9 is obviously nothing currently. Although today's the day. Today's the day we see if store 9 ends up doing some good stuff. And I guess what we'll do as well is for store 7 and store 9, these two stores right here, leave your suggestions in the comments for what these should be called, because I can't think of a good name for either of them. I mean, this one could be, you know, based on like PC World, Curry's, whatever type of place sells electronics. I don't know. There's a lot of different electronics places, but yeah, we could go for something like that. I'm lost for the clothing store ideas. Honestly, got nothing on that. So that's good. So you guys are going in to start stocking up these places. You're going to head out. I know that's a bit of a distance for that guy to go, but it should be okay. Actually, looking at the distance he has to go, that's actually kind of not okay. Because he is never going to get that stocked up in time. So this place's first day of being open, probably going to be a bit slow, honestly. Probably going to be a little bit slow on the uptick with the electronics there, but I mean, we can hope for the best. We need to get some good money. How much money is that going to be? $75. Not bad. Not bad at all. Once it's fully stocked, it should be a little bit better. $126. Good lord. We might make some really good cash off of this. We might make some really good cash off of this. Not bad. Electronics stores seem to be where it's at. What kind of cameras are we looking at there? Some point and shoots, a couple of DSLRs there. Fair enough. What is that? Oh, that's the MP3 players. Those are iPods. Those are straight up iPods. All right. Fair enough. To each their own. This place is going pretty well. What kind of 59 for that? 153. Good lord. You know, I saw a comment on like part 3 of this series that was like, yo, when you start selling clothes and electronics, you're gonna make so much money. Yeah, I think whoever that was, you weren't lying. You absolutely were not lying. People want an... Oh, no, I've unlocked the appliances supplier. Then tools is next and luxuries are next as well. Then we get like bowling, cinema, road networks, and bus transport. Fair enough. You know, I really should look into tier 3 stuff as well, because there is definitely room for it. Like people... If I go to fast food, for example, actually, no, that's not showing me anything about fast. It's not actually showing me the details that I wanted there from that. If I go to needs and I go to like liquor, there we go. So fast food doesn't have the same thing, but with liquor, there's different tiers to it, and apparently the different tiers make more money. So for tier 2, I need to sell liquor in a store with over 50% of its products being beverages to satisfy the demand of tier 2. So the demand there is 25, and I've got none on display. So I have no liquor on display in a store that has 50% of its products as beverages. So there's nothing there. Then tier 3 is sell liquor in a store with over 50% of its products being liquor to satisfy this demand. So that's kind of interesting. Movies and bowling, I can't do yet. Soda, kind of similar thing there. Sell soda in a store with over 50% of beverages to satisfy the demand. Candies again, bottled water, beer. Yeah, it's beer and bottled water and soda. Those tier 2s could totally be done in a store that sells nothing but drinks. Wine is a similar thing to liquor. So I reckon wine, if I was to... it's over 50% of wine. So I'd kind of need 2 different off licenses, one that specializes in liquor and one that does wine. Canned food is over 50% food, which apparently we don't do. Snacks, milk, again. All this stuff is just different demands. Like if we look at pants, this one's apparently being done. That's not bad. Although apparently we're not selling enough of them to fully satisfy tier 2. But we are definitely making some good money. So, ladies and gents, I reckon I am gonna leave it there for today. We're doing really... I mean, we're not doing spectacularly. We have an entire bloody loan to pay off at this point. But the fact that we're making like 4,500 per day is, I mean, number one, more than we have been making before. And number 2, pretty darn good. So I'm excited to see how the electronics store ends up turning out on day 37, which has just begun. Very excited indeed. I do wonder, can I pay off a bit of my loan? Like, can I just be like, hey, let's... Oh, I could take out another one if I really wanted to. Yeah, I don't know that I want to do that, so let's not. Either way, thank you kindly for watching. This has been another Brick in the Mole Part 5. Hopefully, those of you that were doubting my methods last episode are like, yo, you're doing alright. You're doing alright, buddy. You keep it up. Maybe I subscribe. Hopefully, that's what you're like. Either way, thank you kindly for watching. This has been another Brick in the Mole Part 5, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!